their status. I'm Abby Molina in Amarillo, where immigrants and refugees who once found safety under the federal government's temporary protected status now face a growing uncertainty. Employers in the Texas Panhandle who rely on migrant workers will be affected by this change in policy. Jeff Goldie with Catholic Charities says this will affect our local economy.
Our local employers that have been very gracious to work with immigrants that have a protected status. As those statuses go away and those immigrants are forced to leave, there's going to be some, of course, a direct impact to the lives of those clients, or those workers in this case, that no longer have, can get a job, can get a house, etc. But there's also going to be an economic burden for the community, as these employers now have gaps in employment they've got to fill. And typically, when they're filling them with people who are immigrants, and that pool is getting smaller, it's going to be more difficult for them to fill those jobs.
DHS is terminating TPS for certain countries. This program protects immigrants and refugees from deportation, allowing them to work and live in the U.S. legally. Now these people are at risk of deportation.
Afghanistan is on the list, I believe Cameroon, Venezuela, Nicaragua, several others. What that means for people is that when someone comes to the country and they're given a temporary protected status, they are allowed to get a work authorization, and they are allowed to be here legally while their status is reviewed and while situations ideally would improve in their home countries. In many cases, they do not. And so when a status is rescinded, what that means to a person that's been here legally, now they are no longer legal to be here. They go back to whatever their status was before.
Goldie recommends people affected by this policy change to be prepared.
Make sure you have all your things in order so that if by any reason your status does become unstable or become undocumented, that you have in place the things that will protect your family and friends, so that one of the biggest concerns is someone being picked up and their kids being in school. So make sure you have all those things in order so that if something were to happen to you, that those that are left behind are well taken care of.
Goldie says this policy change could have negative consequences for everyone.
My concern is definitely, depending on how fast this rolls out, that there may be some gaps that will cause higher prices for not just us locally, but nationwide.
In Amarillo, Avi Molina, ABC 7 News.